I'm not sure if this is going to work. Welcome to the channel! I'm not sure if this is going to work because this paper's a bit thick. A bit like myself. See if it works. I haven't put any fire letters in.
A unique electrified experience. Unplugged.
Welcome to my crib. Let me show you what
I think it might work.
this is where we
Personally, I think it's going to.
boutique sofas.
I think it should. Should work.
Show off yourself. You have a wonderful everything.
He loves you so much. Every day he showers you with gifts. Warm, yellow gifts. Not just the end of the dog week. So is plenty. Now 50% longer on flexi-size sheets.
I think it should work.
One sheet does
Yeah,
plenty.
it's working. Yeah.
What does it really take to fix up a dream car without breaking the bank? There you go, cowboy. Join master mechanics Pete and Sheldon as they sniff out a bargain for their customers. Oh, good. And try to stay in budget. That could be a problem. Oh, yes. Dream Car Fixes starts Tuesday the 5th of March yesterday at UKTV Play.
Golly gosh. That's definitely working.
Buckle up with world's most dangerous roads. Brilliant shows to watch right now. Stream for free.
That's definitely going, isn't it?
Play.
Papers. Okay.
Righty tighty.
That really is going.
eBay sponsors my
Definitely. Yeah. That's what we got.
At May's garage, Johnny and Mark are about to start work on our sort of.
This one's next, this one.
So,
Not sure if
Attic.
get that in there now.
We're
Need
resting
to let it burn down a
on the
bit.
beach in just over 3 weeks now. So we need to get a bit of a wriggle on, I think.
Gonna get stripped ready for a bit of paintwork, hoping everything will come off alright. It'll come off or it'll fall off.
Some parts have arrived, but they're just waiting for the rest.
Got a delivery of open enthusiasm. Was that getting in today?
The Open Enthusiasm Mark I ordered about a year ago.
I'm still not arrived.
Still not arrived. These wheels. We're ditching these.
I think this one might fit in. There's exploding nails in it.
The VW wheels that fit these hooks
Yeah.
are a 4-stud, which are a little bit modern looking for it.
That's working, isn't it?
5-stud.
Wow, it's really burling round.
Very confusing.
Righty, tighty. Righty, loosey, lefty, tight. Tighty. Ah, they shouldn't do this to us.
So I'll get some
Shouldn't
out
do
here
that.
ready for later.
This is with simply
It's a
open.
bit damp actually.
Simply. Do you want to go to an ad break?
Explain to me what we're doing.
We've got a tube Chunel open box.
Chip with a square peg and a round hole.
There. That's simple. How exciting is that? Very exciting.
This is what it's going to look like. There's no bearing here, but that's what it'll look like. And then the wheel we have prepared earlier. Obviously the wheels are going to be brand new and silver, bigger tyre than this.
Aesthetics are everything for this particular job.
All of it's been done red and black. The red bits were probably acceptable in the 80s. Definitely not. Yeah,
Howdy, morning.
acceptable now. We've taken off every
constant mess.
ready for
When you're doing fires.
painting. We're going black and silver plates.
Constant mess.
In keeping with the car.
We're not going down the route of making this look like a Bugatti, because it's clearly not. I see it more looking like a special, race special, something that someone's built just for that purpose, racing.
Johnny doesn't like the moustache.
I do not like that. I should have a moustache.
He actually does, isn't he? Playing with vinyl over the top, and then we've got that going onto a little bit of garden hose.
There we go.
Excellent.
There's a few more bits to take off our prized possession, but it's essentially ready for its
What's
weight,
happening?
which means a lot
Is it going?
Quite a bit of sanding, which he loves.
Could do some more kindling type stuff in this actually.
For our second project, we fancy something more manageable, but equally nostalgic.
People of a certain age have got an awful lot to look back on, and they do it with fond memories, things that they can relate to and so on. If you can show people vehicles or articles that they can really relate to, I think you've cracked it.
One such example, a pedal plane, can be found hovering over the cars here at Thornton-le-Vale, and there's a similar one ready to be auctioned. Derek thinks it should be for adult use only.
The reason I only asked was because it's too valuable for any of the kids to use. Plus the fact kids can't get a car that wide through a door that wide, can they? Without hitting the door frame. Now we've got a plane with a wingspan like that. I've got my doubts whether it's the least bit useful, to be perfectly frank. But it's actually quite nice, isn't it? I like that.
Inspired by the formidable American World War II fighter bomber, the Corsair, our 30-year-old craft has also seen some action. Maybe a bit too much.
You're probably going to have to give somewhere around the 500 or 600 quid for that. Then this has all got to be replaced, look. To make that look nice, you're talking about 300 quid. If you paint it and make it look all pristine, you're going to owe you 900 quid and it's going to be worth 7. The same sort of money as you gave for it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense financially, but we think the well-used Corsair deserves a second life, so we give it a go.
Corsair pedal aeroplane, there it is. Look at that, in navy livery.
It's not exactly going that well, is it?
5, 20, 40, 60, 80, everywhere, 86, 620, 640, 660, 680, £680, are you all done? 680. £680, gonna select provisioning for the first, second, third.
This is good if we get this. Excellent.
Have you bought that?
I have.
Looking forward to seeing that.
For this niche restoration, we decided to send our tiny aircraft to Andre Fondrick in Bedford. Known as the plane guy, it would be fair to say he's a bit obsessed with aviation.
Andre, you've got your own squadron.
Well, one of the many hats I wear as the plane guy is we make pedal
Oh
planes.
yeah, but what's a kindling in here?
3 and 7. And I do
Oh.
lots of different things, aircraft
Got loads of it.
restoration, and also we operate various vintage aircraft around the country.
Andre and his apprentice Finley have just completed 22 pedal planes for a customer in Belgium. But
I kind of forgot to look underneath the sawdust.
the novelty.
Most of the pedal planes we make are built of plywood with some metal components. This is actually an all metal pedal plane. They're very rare now. Now that looks nice, doesn't it?
Pedals here have got grips for the feet. That's the first thing I actually noticed. And this mechanism causes the propeller to spin. We would use like a big elastic band, but this is actually a big spring.
In fact, the only known metal part is the seat here, this bit of leather. I would imagine we'll have to replace all of this. Paintwork looks really good, but again, I think we'll give it a good
Yeah, a few touch-ups on the paint.
We'll take it apart as well, in case we can find any corrosion that might be hidden.
Sandblasting will also get rid of any light bits that are there, so it's back to nice, hopefully shiny aluminium.
But apart from that, it's not in as bad a condition as it could be, considering the age. Let me tip it forward quickly, because the wing is held on by 2 screws by the looks of it.
Deconstruction begins.
Trying to avoid using
Andre
Firelight
also
out.
uses these simple
This
toys
is a bit of a
to try and
challenge.
inspire children to become the next generation of air traffic controllers, ground crew and pilots.
We're actually doing a program for primary schools now to get a pedal plane.
you know, like as a sort of like, oh, I can do this type thing. You know, like, I'm amazing person for lighting fires, sort of thing. You know, as you can see, that is debatable.
Near York, Mark has been laying into our faux gatties fiberglass body.
It looks like riveted panels, so the idea
Well,
is
now
to
we're
make
talking
it
turkey
like
pushes.
part of an illusion. It's very straightforward. There's a couple of tiny cracks in one of the panels. There's no kind of stress fractures in the rest of the body. We've got artificial louvers on the car. in real life these would be stamped into the panel with a punch, and there'd be a little gap there for venting your engine.
You can grasp the glass a bit dirty, that though.
But yeah, we still like these to look a little bit more authentic. We might just haze a little bit of darker silver on there.
That big fence post bit I had, it was a rotten bit, and there was still a bit of dampness in it. I really should have had it sitting out here, rather than in that box. It wasn't drying out in that box, not really.
Saying for a number of weeks that things must progress. However, another member of staff, he seems to think that a week and a half is more than enough to do this work.
And all it's got 4 wheels.
Right, well, how many wheels have we got?
2.
There has been a delivery though.
Well, I
in
think that's
theory,
going now.
Things should progress today.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Intake.
We are going to replace the wheel cylinder. That's him, lad. Replace the stupid shoes and the springs and everything. And we're going to replace the flexing hoses as well. Exciting times.
Even though Mark is deceptively skillful, in the past, cars like this opened up the possibility of hobby engineering to anyone with a shed.
How cool is it that somebody's dad will be disappearing into the garage and then they'll come back a few months' time and they've built a car like this? The reason being so they can embarrass the kids by taking them to school in it.
With progress now running at full whack,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Johnny and Mark prepared themselves for the next critical stage.
We've got to paint the entire car to get rid of the turnip colour. Maybe 2 weeks' work left to do in a week.
Do I look stressed?
You don't look stressed, but you should be.
I think it's going.
That saves the day.
I think it's going.
eBay sponsors motoring on yesterday.
I need to clean it out properly. I cleaned a bit of it out today. What happens is there's a thing in the bottom there that you pull in and out. But what happens is when you burn wood like I've been burning, the nails jam in it. So ideally you're supposed to just burn that sort of wood. But because I've been burning stuff with nails in it, so the nails get jammed in it, so you really need to, you have to clear it out just with a shovel from the top. So
Switch to EE's fastest full fiber ever and pay absolutely nothing up front. With speeds up to 1.6 gig, join the UK.
I mean, you leave it, it's not like a coal fire, you can leave it
Powered by BT.
and have the ash sit in there and just burn the wood on top of the ash.
Downloads, next level
At
and get that
the moment
project off.
it's not really
Switch now for $29.99
it's not really going that well, but
24-month contract. No wonder broadband switchers choose EE. Offer ends $29.
it is really starting to go though.
Did you know that atrial fibrillation increases risk of stroke by 5 times? If you have AF, it's easy to check.
So we could go and have a quick look.
It's something that is so simple. I can carry it with me all the time.
You can take an ECG in just 30 seconds, anytime, anywhere.
A quick look
Is the CE
at
personal ECG device
Chunel
for
update.
atrial fibrillation using your smartphone.
This is one of the silent killers, atrial fibrillation. It's the most common heart rhythm problem in the world.
Find out more at cardiomobile.co.uk.
Let's just let it go on with itself and shall we shut it? I don't like going away leaving it open like that. So it's unlikely it would fall out, but you just never know.
Some things in life you know are going to happen. You know which side the toast will land. And you
Yeah,
know
that's definitely
something
going
will
now.
spoil the bath you
Right,
planned.
so the other,
But here's something good.
so let's have a quick look.
The sun
I mean,
always pays. For the UK's
I'm always
main
looking at
call free or go on
video and stuff, you know, these confrontations I have and stuff. Right, so I found this car. This is my dream car. Now, don't laugh. This is a Chrysler 2 litre, and my dad bought one. My mum and dad had one years ago. And it was kind of very, very light blue. It was a 180 they had. That's a 2 litre. A 2 litre has the auto box, the velour trim. There was a 180 had half vinyl. It had cloth seats with vinyl on the edges. Fantastic interior. This one is French registered. I've bid for it, but the reality is, so 2 litre has the driving lamps and the grille. The headlights look a bit knackered on that, don't they? And the vinyl roof is missing. The chrome trim's missing from the windscreen. And the chrome trim is missing, I think it looks like it's missing from around the door, the top of the doors. Vinyl roof's missing. You could probably get somebody to put a vinyl roof on it. It's just got black paint on it. I don't know about the French market. There's a bit of vinyl missing along there, should be along the top of the boot lid. Chrome trim's missing. What wheel trims is that? Yeah, that's the correct wheel trims. It's pretty good condition, what I can see of it. I bid something, I'm not seriously want to buy it, you know, £1,200. But it's mate pushed it up to that. But it's got 3 days, 3.5 days left. I would buy it. I really do want to have one of them. Chrysler 180 or 2 litre. They are so rare, it's unbelievable. I mean, you're talking about something like 3 left in the UK or something. I don't know how this dealer, looks like a dealer, it's down links. I don't know how they got it. How did they get a Chrysler 2 litre? You know, wow. Anyway, that would be interesting. Yeah, definitely. 4,070! Wow! We're getting subscribers constantly. Oh, that guy got in my wick, so he did. You know, there's a new title for it. It's, where is it? I'll tell you what it is. What these types of people are. Middle class green imperialists. So they are middle class, more like about my age group, you know, 50, 60. They're well off. They'll be on pensions, or they'll be in some kind of worked for either for the government or the police, or well, I don't know the police, but they've worked for the government, or council or education or something. And what they want to do is tell us what to do, and they're right, we are wrong. And he did that with me. He told me that that's how I was thinking. And the problem that these types have is a revolutionary socialist, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, that's bullshit for a start, you know. They don't seem to recognise that the third world countries, they want to have the life that we've got. And that's based on oil, you know, cars, trucks, everything like that. Modern civilization is based on oil. And they don't want them to have it. It's a really weird thing, yeah. It's based on this green kind of planet saving thing, you know. It's pretty vacuous, really. They say they don't want you. They want you to do 20 miles per hour and do as they say, you know. But they'll probably ignore these rules themselves, you know. They'll probably get in their car and just drive, because they're special, aren't they? Of course. You know, it really is quite appalling when you get into it. But as people are around, these numpties, yeah, these numpties are around. Just fight them. Tell them no. That's not 20 miles per hour limit, you idiot. Anne-Marie Marshall. That's really annoying, that, innit? It's a fucking trunk road and this fucking moron. What's her name? What else wrong with the bloody thing? Anne-Marie Marshall. I better write. I haven't wrote that properly. Sign says 30. That'll do for now. There's a cat in my neighbourhood that... There's a cat in my neighbourhood that scratched all bonnet of my car. Can't even be mad, it's just nature. Yeah, I know. It was slight for this cat jumped down off the wall. I know. I was watching the video back. I never even seen the cat when I was driving the van, and but because it was short, the short didn't pick it up because it compresses the film. So I had to video the actual video with my phone. Oh, petrol station Larbert. Yeah, that's the bit the opposite of Morse Road. Well, Bellsdyke Road in Larbert. What a mess. Sad. Yeah, it's true. It is. Driving in London, no bother. Then you end up in the wrong lane. I don't know what that means. Yeah. And the words Limmy, that fucking accent. What does that mean in the words a limey? Does that mean limey or something? I mean, my accent is my accent, you know. I mean, it's like you've got to come from somewhere. If you don't like it, don't watch it, you know. Carson Creer. Floyd. Playlist. Carson Creer. It's very unlikely somebody would be called that in the UK. Is it American? Are they American? I don't know what a Limmy is. So I'll put... I think it... Oh, there's a Limmy. It could be... Does he mean limey? Isn't that... what's a limey? Is that English or something? An English person? Limey. Slang. Keyboard's falling over. Limey. Here we go. Limey from lime, lemon is a predominantly North American slang nickname for a British person. The word has been around since the mid-19th century. So if you're American, do you not? So you probably wouldn't know the difference between English or Scottish. Would you, if you're American? I would have thought. Obviously, we know the difference between the Scottish and English because we're here, but I know accents change every mile or a couple of miles you go down the road. I think that's what he's talking about. Why were British sailors began storing citrus fruits on board all of its ships, limes or lemon juice, to ward off scurvy? Among the American sailors who didn't know about or believe in the preventative treatment. Yeah, so the Americans didn't know. Right, how do you know they didn't know? Is the term limey derogatory? Limey is considered derogatory. Okay then, that's most unusual. So, I think we'll just block them. Derogatory. You don't like my accent, you think you can come on and slag it off. You don't know the difference between Scotland and England either, and you're dumpling. So, bye. The roads are in such good condition, looks like your car is going to take off. That's that one. There's a lot of people watching that video. That one. Are you in a relation to Frank? It is a true, and it was as you have now done a sense online accounts are then liable, even though it was a subcontractor doing the job. Are you in a relation to Frank? Oh, God knows. Here it goes again. Carson Creer, he's a troll. If you farted in the wind, you'd think it was a thunderstorm. Was it the same video we talked about? That one. He thinks he's been really clever there, but he doesn't know that it's going in the health for review. Carson Creer. There was nothing really to go on when I looked at his. So you think it's really funny, yeah? Report spam or abuse. It's not difficult, you know. It's not difficult to deal with people. You just, you know, they don't like me or my videos. You just get rid of them right away. Driving. I don't really get that. Driving in London, no bother, and you end up in the wrong lane. Yeah. Yeah, you do, don't you? I mean, fuck. Right. So you get trolls. So anybody that's going to have a YouTube channel is going to get trolls, and you really should not take them seriously. You know, I do video them and have a bit of a laugh, but don't really get involved with them because they're just bad. They're not good for, you know. It's just bad. Bad. You know. Let's see how our top video's doing. See if it's stopped yet. And I don't, you know, that guy said something horrible a couple of times, but who cares? You know, it's fine. I can live with it. Right. Fucking hell's wrong with this bloody phone? Right, is it 319,000? 319,419. That's quite a lot. 101 in the last 60 minutes. It seems to be going as well as it ever has, really, I suppose. Well, there's the graph there. It's consistent, isn't it? It just keeps on going and going and going. Right, so what else is there to moan about? See, I went up to Home Bargains, then I went down past down the 91. It was quite busy. Right, Facebook, usual dumplings. There's a bit. I'll quickly go over something. Quickly, right? Quickly. I mean, so this Dundee. Right, so I'm against ULEZ and everything like that. So I joined this group because I don't approve of low emissions zones and all the rest of it. But they say, whoever it is that runs it, I think I know who it is a man called Mark, but he puts on this trans stuff or like whatever it is.
Is not a destination for failed male athletes.
Right, so
and I hate to break it to you,
this woman.
Gender isn't a social construct. It's actually a biological reality.
It isn't.
Parents, when is enough enough? This is a 6-foot biological male playing on a girls' basketball team. That girl on the ground is his third victim of the night. The team in dark blue ultimately had to forfeit this game because that massive dude actually harmed 3 girls during the duration of this game. Where are the parents? Why are you all standing for this? Female sports is not a destination for failed male athletes. And I hate to break it to you, gender isn't a social construct. It's actually a biological reality.
Alright, that's completely wrong.
Enough.
You know, this woman is a moron.
Male.
So she's conflating two things there. So she's talking about sex, just biological sex. You've got males and females, and I know there's a very small number of people in between. You know, so even posting, whoever the moderator is, posting that shows that you're not really all that bright, you know, because it's not really going to help your cause, you know, if you want to fight the government, you know, and end the low emission zones. But basically, so you get biological males or biological females. You cannot then start talking in terms of gender, because gender is a different word and it is a social construct. So what she's done is she's been, say, you know, who thought it up? Well, it was some clever people in some university, right, who changed or tried to change our language. So they changed it to gender, not sex. So she's in both in this conversation. Gender is it is a social construct. The word is constructed. What I'll do is with this guy, I'll go and get the Jordan Peterson thing where he talks about it. So, you know, there's 2 or 3 different things. So I find it annoying when people like this guy here, you know, it's a 6'4" big hairy man playing against wee lassies. I mean, he's quite thick. I'm not actually saying that's wrong. It's a narcissistic cock and balls man. You know, what I'm saying is the female. So basically, I mean, the whole sport thing. You know, the whole sport thing. I think that the feminism fucked up a lot of things for women. You know, so basically what feminism sort of did was it picks and chooses what advances they want to make in the male space, but it doesn't allow males in the female space. So let's just say, I mean, so we're getting tied up here. This guy's been extremely ignorant. I think his name's Mark Skinner. And I put it out in a very, you know, in a, I don't want to get down a kind of road of abusive language, you know. So I'm trying to be professional. So what I said was that which narcissist? I believe that woman's a narcissist. The female talking has conflated sex with gender. Sex is a biological reality. Male or female, gender is a social construct. Deliberately vague, therefore can mean almost anything. She has replaced word sex with gender and fallen into that trap. It would be better to talk in terms of biological reality, i.e. male or female. She talks about female sports, then uses gender. If she would make up her mind, would be good. She wants biological females only in sport, and should stick with that. Sex is a biological reality. If you think I'm wrong, please explain why. So basically, you know, what I'm saying is you cannot conflate gender with sex. Gender is a social construct. And that's what they've actually... So I'm actually agreeing with them here, but this guy's too thick. This guy, he's Dundee Public, that's Mark Skinner. He's too thick to realise what I'm saying, or he's just not... I don't think he's all that intelligent, actually, to be quite fair. Or he doesn't want to get into the subject. But how's this going to help the air in Dundee? You know, is the question. But what he said before when I asked him was it's part of the lefty narrative. You know, so I said to him, the rules are quite clear in basketball. You are not allowed to bash anyone. It's a no-contact sport. If you're taller in basketball, you have an advantage. So basically, males would have an advantage because they're generally taller than females, right? You have an advantage. Why can't midgets play? So it's not fair on midgets, my point, you know. And then contact is against the rules and that player should have been sent off. The referee must be bad. So the referee is not a very good referee, you know. So the answer I get for this idiot, it's a 6'4" big hairy man playing against wee lassies, for fuck's sake. It's a narcissistic cock and balls man. You know, I mean, that, yeah, whatever, if that's what you think, fine, you know. I don't. It's an American video of a woman in America and playing basketball, you know. I think it's clickbait, maybe. You know, I don't think it's very credible. So, you've got female and male sports. So, the problem is that if you cannot allow males to play in female sports, it's actually discriminatory. I know it's difficult for a lot of people to understand this, but it is. For my own personal feelings, I don't care. I don't. Look, my daughter's like nearly 6. My daughter and my ex, nearly 6 foot tall. I wouldn't want to play basketball against them two, but that's another thing, right? I mean, my daughter's 5'10". You know, they basically height. Generally, males are taller than females, but in my case, my daughter and my ex are about 3 inches taller than me, right? So I would be at a disadvantage playing basketball. You know, it's just, you know, obviously they haven't picked a small transgender in this thing, right? It's a big, tall one, right? I mean, they're not all big and tall. Some are, some aren't. Anyway, so the whole thing's, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. Probably just ignore it. Oh well. Right, so he's not listening, but who cares? It's not going to help the ULS thing. You know, well, fair enough. Right, so let's go. Let's see how the file's doing. So, gender is a social construct. I think I'm just going to repeat that because he doesn't seem to be paying attention. Right, so thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bang!